Alrighty, guys. Sorry about that delay. I apologize. I was having some technical difficulties. Welcome in. Welcome in. I am now live. I am on a few different platforms. On the social media platforms, I'm on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook. So if you see me answering questions or responding to something that you maybe didn't ask, it's probably to somebody else. Just let me know if you guys have any questions. I'm going to be going over email marketing today. We're going to have some very hands-on practice. I'm going to get into email marketing for your business. I am a notary myself, but this is going to work for any business that you have. So even though I will be speaking to specifically notary, the notary niche itself, this could definitely apply to anything, any business that you have. Do you guys currently use any email marketing in your businesses now? I see Anika, you're in here. Have you done any email marketing to any of the companies that you're trying to maybe get or anything like that? What platforms do you guys use? Let me ask you that as well. Is it just kind of a Google thing? Have you tried anything like MailChimp? Have you used any of those platforms? Hey, Lucas, welcome in. We are just going over email marketing today. I'm just kind of doing a quick intro. I'm just kind of seeing what do you guys use for email marketing, and what are you doing in your business to, I mean, I know you do a lot of marketing in general, but I'm specifically talking about email. I'm going to take it as you guys maybe don't use anything or you're shy if you're not chatting back with me, but I'm going to get into the presentation. Let's see here. So for email marketing, made simple. So how do you turn your subscribers into clients? Like, what is that going to look like? What is that going to look like? So why would you use email marketing? Like, why is that important, right? So 4.2 billion daily users each day, right? Think about you guys personally. How many emails do you get a day that are marketing geared? It's a company trying to get you to purchase something, or they're sharing their services. How many emails do you guys get a day? How many do you have unread probably in your inbox, right? Probably quite a few. There's so many different emails that we receive every day, but it is going to give you a very high ROI, right, over social media, because social media, those ads, those um, click per click rate, that cost that you're paying per ad is going to be a lot higher than emails, right? I can make an email for free right now, right? Versus if I'm paying for ads, it can get very costly. Hey, Evident Notary, we are talking about email marketing today and how it's going to be able to help your business, right? So, and think about, I think it's like 42% ROI, which is extremely high, much higher than any other um, sort of marketing that you're going to use. And it's going to keep you in front of warm leads, right? So you can continue to market to people that have purchased your services or products in the past. And it's going to help you kind of be able to remarket to them. Because think about how many of us have actually changed 15 years, right? It's a way to continue to stay in front of them and continue to market to them. So definitely really useful tool. And I'm thinking of myself personally of the experience that I've had with email marketing. Like, it's an easy way to follow up. You can just create a template and send it out very quickly. And there's a lot of automation that you can do. So, and that keeps people, I forgot that people don't even know that I offer this, or I feel like I'm not getting responses from social media, or I don't know what to say. You can take your time and craft a very intentional email and make sure it includes all of your services. So a lot of us, we might be notaries, but maybe we offer tax services. I offer credit repair as well. Maybe you offer apostille services, or maybe you're a real estate agent, whatever those things is, you can include that in an email and share that out to your potential or previous clients. Is to include booking forms, website pop-ups. I know we've all seen those at some point. And they're like, oh, share your email address. And we're maybe from the client side not thinking of wanting to do that, but from the business side, it is very effective way to gain somebody's email address or lead magnets, right? So you could say 5 tips before hiring a notary, or maybe you're giving them some kind of free option. Maybe it's a free notarization or whatever the case may be to get their email address. Keep trying, right? So maybe the website form the booking form didn't work. Maybe make it look more catchy, or maybe include some animations in it, or maybe offer more free options. Maybe it's 2 free notarizations, or I know a lot of people will do like pop-ups where they maybe offer free services at a local library or their child's school or something like that. Get their email address. Whatever you're doing, get their email address or phone number, some way to be able to market to them. Because maybe if you get a phone number, you could ask them, hey, could I get your email so I can send you some more information and or business card. Those are great ways to build your email list and automate it, right? So the second you get their email, you're sending them some kind of welcome message or welcome email. So those are really important to keep in mind, right? Make it easier for us. So what are you sending, right? You're going to send client education. So people maybe know that those things, but some people don't even realize for a notary, like, hey, you need to bring your a valid ID, right? Do not sign before you get in front of the notary, right? How many of us have had a appointment where they've signed it, or maybe you want to make sure they fill out the full document? I have so many times where clients, they do not fill out the document, and I'm having to wait 10, 15 minutes for them to do that. But had they done it beforehand, it would have saved time, right? So including that educational stuff inside of your emails can help save everybody time. And reminders. Email reminders are very important because I even did it with my business, right? I was emailing out for the webinar today and I was reminding people, hey, your appointment today. I had a need. She was like, wait, what appointment? People will sign up. They may set up an appointment very far in advance and they forget, right? Sign in, say, hey, welcome in. They may forget, and you want to continue to remind them, hey, this is coming up, or give them that chance to reschedule if it just does not continue to work for them, right? And reminding them peak season, right? So if you're watching the news and all those things that are going on with real estate and you're a loan signing agent and you see that the rates are dropping, that would be a great time to remind your clients, hey, I'm a loan signing agent. Don't forget me, right? Don't forget me when you need somebody to close. I can definitely help you out. Include testimonials. It is on every single page of my website. My testimony is on every single page of my website. And when I send out my newsletters, it includes testimonials and new, fresh ones, right? So continuing to get those reviews are very important from your clients. And promotions. There's a holiday going on every single month in the United States, right? I mean, back to school is going on right now. You can offer discounts to parents. The holidays are about to come up, so offering regular deals to people, say, hey, I'm going to give away a free notarization if you need something for the holidays, whatever the case may be, just to get their business, right? That's definitely something you want to make sure you're doing. And then in your email, right, be intentional. What are you including in it? Give catchy subject lines, right? Something that's going to catch their eye and get them to open it. Because if you just say notary services, they may scroll past it, right? Free notary services, people like free things. Maybe that'll get them to open it. Or maybe something that may confuse them, like, why did they say that? Let me open this email address, right? So as well as inside of your body, you're continuing to educate them and you're giving intentional call to action. What is the purpose of the email that you're sending to them? Is it for, do you want them to book? Do you want them to follow you on social media? Do you want them to share your information with friends and family? What is it? Do you want them to message you for quotes? Like if you don't have booking and you need them to call you to confirm, right? Call for a quote, book now, or check out our website. Those kinds of things. You want to give an intentional call to action, like what is the purpose, so they know as well, right? Don't just craft this email and then don't give them anything to do, right? Then what is the purpose of the email, right? And analyze it. Don't just send emails and be like, hey, I'm not getting any response. I just sent out 20 emails and nobody responded to me. Look at those results. Do they actually click it? Do they open it? You'll see open rates if you, depending on what platform you're using. If you're just using Google, you're not going to see this. But if you're on something like MailChimp or Wix, or I haven't really used GoDaddy that much, but I'm sure they probably have something in there where you can analyze it. What's another one? HubSpot, Hootsuite, pretty much any email platform that you're going to use as some kind of dashboard to where you can see how many emails you sent, how many people opened it, how many people unsubscribed. Did they actually click through? Like, so maybe they opened the email. Did they click through the buttons and options that you gave inside of the email? Those are things to see and analyze. If nobody opened that email, why? Why did nobody open it? Maybe you might need to try some different pictures inside of the email. Maybe use GIFs, maybe use larger fonts, maybe use a different subject line to actually get more people to open it. So don't just give up because the email didn't get opened. Maybe try resending it with the same information, but redesign it and see how the response changes from those kinds of things. Marketing in any form, whether it's email, whether it's social media, whether it's affiliate, whether it's word of mouth, any of those kinds of things is going to require revision. It's a journey, right? It's not just a one-stop shop. You have to see how everybody is responding to it to kind of continue to move forward, right? So if you have emails that nobody's opening, don't keep sending those. Change it up, right? And that goes with any marketing. If you're posting on TikTok or Instagram and nobody's responding, why is that? So automation, I kind of mentioned this previously. The second you get their email and they sign up on your website, or like when you guys sign up for the webinar and things like that, that you should have some kind of email confirming with them. And that's good for client experience, right? So they're seeing, okay, they did get my form did submit properly, right? So that's just what we're used to from the client side. So we need to make sure that our clients are receiving that as well. And then following up, don't just send them a confirmation and then just say, bye, thanks for your email, that was it. No, you need to have regularly scheduled emails that are coming up after the fact, right? So you can do something maybe on a monthly newsletter basis, or maybe on a weekly, if you're marketing your services on that kind of basis, as well as reactivating. So that person, you got somebody to purchase your services or hire you for your services, now reactivate, right? So reactivate means, okay, I know that they are a client. Now I want them to continue being a client. I want to remind them of any additional services that I offer because they know they've seen I was professional notary. Maybe they want my credit repair services. Maybe they want my apostille services. Maybe they want loan signing, or whatever the case is that you're offering. Continue to remind them that you're there, right? Don't let them forget about you, and you can continue to offer them incentives, right? So if they have purchased and hired you for your services in the past, say, hey, I have a referral program. If you could send my information, or somebody that needs the services that I offer, here's an incentive. So maybe you're giving them free notarizations after every few clients, or maybe you're giving them 50% off after they refer so many people, or maybe you're just giving them straight like $10 or something, or percentage of a service. So maybe they refer you a apostille client, you maybe give them a 10% from that particular service. And that's just kind of something that you have to work out and be intentional with when you create those kinds of programs for your clients. Does that make sense? Does anyone have any questions so far? I know I've kind of given a lot of information, and we are going to be doing some hands-on stuff with this. So I want you guys kind of following along, and you're going to be able to create your own emails as well if you have not already, or more, right? I don't think you can ever have too many emails. right? Until you unsubscribe from me, I don't think you're gonna have too many. Even though I know personally we've experienced it for sure, but so some tools that you can use. Google is free. I mean, for the most part, if you just have regular Gmail, that's free. If you're using Google Workspace for your business, that of course costs, I think it's about $20 or so per email, per domain. So go high level. I personally use this. I have also used MailChimp in the past. I know ConvertKit is very popular and Flowdesk. I've mentioned Hootsuite. What's another one? HubSpot also does email marketing. There are so many different, and I know it can be overwhelming, like which one to choose from. Uh, I think it just kind of depends on what's your skill level, what's the amount of time you want to put into this, and your budget, right? So if you're like, hey, I'm beginner. I don't even know how to create an automation. I don't know how to do animations, make it look pretty and nice. I don't know how to do any of that design stuff. I can type and click send, right? Maybe Google is the start space for you because you're like, I don't want to do any of those crazy things. As far as if you want to go more intermediate level, MailChimp and ConvertKit, they have some really good templates already in there for you. And you just have to kind of plug and play your own business's information in there. And then Canva has really great designs already. So same thing, you can just kind of plug and play your logo. This is literally Canva designed right here. And you put all of your business information. See, when I missed the website there, but I mean, it's something you have to continue to work at, right? So ChatGPT is going to help you for the prompts as well. ChatGPT and Canva are my best friends, even though they don't know it, or maybe they're hearing me right now and they do know. But definitely so many different ways to automate this. I'm going to show you guys. So building your email list, excuse me, I went over that. So some quick wins. This is what we're going to do today. We're going to go over adding an opt-in form to your website, as well as creating a freebie for your clients and an email, right? So that first email that you're going to send out, doing any of those other ones are going to be, on you. That'll kind of be your homework after the session, if you're not already doing that. So adding this opt-in form, definitely essential. You'll kind of see pop-ups come up across websites. So short, sweet, and simple. Let me know what are you using for your websites right now, or do you guys have any websites up? Anika, are you still in there? What do you guys use for your websites? What do you use for your websites right now? What platform are you guys on? You should be able to type in the chat there. Oh, I didn't see. Bluehost. Interesting. That's a new one, Sadina. I have not heard of that platform. I have not heard of that platform. I have not heard of that one. Let me look at that one, because I can see how to maybe add it. Do you currently have an opt-in? Do you have an opt-in form on your website right now? Let me know. Let me know. Sorry, I'm responding to a message. Sadina, do you have a opt-in page on your website now, currently? Or a form, not yet, still in the process of building your website, but it's the platform you're using. Got you. Okay. Let's see, Bluehost. There are honestly so many different platforms that you can use. I'm going to show, I know a lot of notaries use Wix, and the concept is pretty similar across the board. So let me, I would open up whatever you have your website on right now. And that's all of you guys. So whatever you're using your website on, or if you don't have one, this is just definitely something that you can use to edit in the future. I'm actually editing this notary's website right now. So I hope she's okay with me. I don't think there's anything on here that will show her personal information anyway, but we're notaries. I'm going to spotlight her for today. She's in Texas, actually. So I know there's a form on the bottom. So there's so many different ways that you can do this. I personally think that having the pop-up form is more like kind of in your face and a way to at least make sure that they're seeing it. So let's see here. So you could do something like how she has here on here, subscribe to your newsletter. So this is just a quick form that you just have a form here where you're just requesting the email. There's checking yes, and there's a subscribe button. Wix also has a way where you can do the pop-up. I believe they call it light, a light box. What is it called? Forms, contact forms. So you could do something like registration. So there's so many different reasons why you would use forms in your business as well. Like when you have new clients and things like that, you're having them. There it goes. Okay. So I wouldn't say come to our event. I would have something like subscribe to our newsletter or subscribe to like keep up to date with our business, something like that. So like something like stay up, up to date, something like that. You can request their name, and this is already built in here. So a lot of these already have some kind of basic registration form that you can use, and it's very easy. I don't need to know when they're going to be attending because it's not a event form anymore, but name, phone number, I would have their name be required. So make sure you check that field off. And then same thing for last name. Email also required because that's the whole point of this form, right? And phone number, I would edit this in here. You could have it required. I would personally, just because the more ways that you can communicate with them, the better. And then register. And then you can also, you'll be able to see in here what this will look like. You can edit you should be able to edit the stylings of this. Right, so settings. Where's the background out of here? Okay, here we go. So the layout elements. Oh, you can add in other things. I'm not going to do anything crazy because you want the form to be kind of short and sweet, because when you start to add in a bunch of different things, people will just kind of turn away and not fill it out. So once people do submit in here, you'll be able to receive their information, and then you have that automation set up for them to receive, hey, you've confirmed, and then anytime that you send your newsletters out, they get the information, right? So what I want to do, there's a light box. Site design, not the page transition. So the interactive. Oh, it's been so long since I've done this. Not the video contact forms. I just saw it because I scrolled past it. Hmm. There's a way to do it on Wix so that it'll pop up for you, and they call it like a light box, and I have it on another page, and I don't remember how to do it. But you can just have the form on the page as well. Like I said, there's so many different ways to do it. I am gonna remove this one because she already has the one on the bottom of the page. But let me see here. Let's do this. I'm gonna move the space. There we go. So what we're also gonna do, we're gonna look at the ways to do a freebie, right? So ChatGPT again is going to help you with that content. So what are some kind of freebies that you can incentivize your clients to give you their emails, right? So give me some lead magnet ideas for my notary business, right? And ChatGPT also has the designer in it as well. So you can do an ultimate guide that documents that need notaries, estate planning checklist. I think this is a really good one because estate planning is very confusing, very detailed. There's so many steps to it. You can definitely get overwhelmed and miss some things. I could also do some for notary template. I wouldn't do the journal because some states have very specific requirements. Not some states. States do have specific requirements for that. So I probably kind of stay away from that. Intake form, I think some notaries would love that because I've seen plenty of new notaries question like, hey, what questions should I be asking? I really like this estate planning checklist though. So let's see. Yes. So yes, create an estate planning checklist because I really like that one. So it's going to actually draw one up for me. I'm going to see what it includes in here, and then I probably will design one on, hey, Teresa, I see you, my dear, doing lead magnets. So let's see what it came up with. I don't love the designs on ChatGPT sometimes, but let's see. Let's just put it in my loosely file. I do have a marketing file that I should have put that in there, but yeah, boring. I don't like this at all. So part of ChatGPT is really knowing how to prompt it as well. But I am going to take this information here and put it into Canva, right? So let's go to the Canva tab. This would be great if you're trying to market to estate attorneys as well. So you can say, hey, I've included this checklist that you can send to your clients and allow them to share it with their clients. And then when those clients are ready to complete that notarization, they can hire you, right? So lead magnet. Let's see what they've got. And then this is more ways for you to continue branding as well. So you put your logo. I mean, you can create a template on Canva as well for them to just kind of duplicate, excuse me, and put their business information on here. But I'm going to look for something that is similar to my business branding. So the same thing, you guys can look there as well. Let's see, create a free starter guide for social media accounts. Which one do I like? Honestly, sometimes I can never choose. There's so many options. I want something. That one's several pages. That just says lead magnet. I want something kind of on the larger side since there was a lot of information. Or maybe I could do 3 pages. I kind of like this one and then maybe change the the colors on here. So I'm going to split screen this. And here we go. So we're not doing 10. So how many pieces is it? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So it is 10. 10 essential criteria for 10 essential criteria for your family's estate planning. For I'll workshop the title. I don't know how I feel about it, but estate planning. 10 steps. We'll just do 10 steps. I like the essential wording though. 10 steps. 10 step guide to protecting your family's future. I'll just kind of keep the title that's up there. I'm going to put my name here. And really just plug and play this information in here, right? So, forgot my website for a second there. Solutions, may need to make this a little smaller. Oh, it fits. Okay. And I'm going to change this photo because it's not. So just right click it and click detach image. And I'm going to not delete the form. I'm going to delete that image. And I just like to put notary stuff in here. So in the elements, I'm going to search notary and kind of go through it. Try to kind of scroll down because I've used a lot of these quite a bit. Kind of like to change it up, but just personal preference. And you could honestly do something more like a state focus. So maybe since this is estate planning or family, actually let's put a picture of a family in here. I like this one. So detach image, delete. Family. I like the shadows, like the hearts. Let's do this one. Right, cute picture. Also going to detach this image. So we're just creating a lead magnet to share with estate attorneys. Honestly, there's so many different kinds of lead magnets that you can do. And I like this little family one here. That one works there as well. And detach image. Let's do that one. Okay. So 10 essential criteria for creating a thorough estate plan, maybe? I don't know. I'm gonna think as I work this. Thorough estate plan. So, and then I'm just gonna copy and paste these options in here, right? So last will and testament. Not gonna include the checkbox since it's already on the form. And I'm gonna have to play around with the sizing, of course, because these are kind of lengthy. I might change the wording a little bit. Advanced directive, verbal power of attorney. So if you guys have ever done an estate planning, I'm sure you've seen these documents included on here as well. So healthcare, power of attorney. I like how this also has the description on here so they know exactly what the purpose of these are. And they may choose to not keep or include these items inside of the estate plan because these are very personal and intentional choices. So this kind of gives them, okay, I can check this off or cross it out if I do not want to include this. Or maybe you don't have any real estate that you're or maybe you don't have kids, right? So some of these things won't be included for particular different families, right? So pretty quick, almost done. Gonna get that last one in here. And I like how it has this note in here. Note this checklist is for informational purposes only. Definitely important. Like, I am not an attorney, so I can copy this and paste it, and then also change my information here. So, patient Stendy, add my website info. It needs a space there. There we go. Quick. I spent maybe 5 minutes on this so far, and then where can we fit that note in there? Let's duplicate this. And let's see, note this checklist is for informational purposes only, and we're going to make this tiny so it's not. Oh, I'm going to hide this menu so you can't, so you can see this more. Here we go. There we go. So you guys can see it a little bit better. There we go. Okay, so note this checklist is for informational purposes only. Consult with an attorney. Awesome. Maybe space this out a little bit more. And I hope you found this checklist helpful. Let's do my name, patient Stendy at Seamless Signature Solutions, and then just all of this information I'm also going to add in my phone number as well, because that is not on here, and I want to give them as many ways as possible to contact me. Signature Solutions. And I'm going to move these up a little bit so I have space to add my phone number. And let's, make them the same. Duplicate, and 86697. There we go. Alrighty. Phone number, and then I'm going to change, I'm just going to put this here. Okay. And then I'm going to change the colors because they don't really match my business theme. I'm going to click, I've already got a palette already here, change all. And then, yeah. Let's look at it a little bit larger. And simple. I've already created a lead magnet to share with estate attorneys when I market to them, and they can share this with their clients as well. So I'm going to close this. I'm going to make this larger. And what I can do now, let's change this. So estate planning, change the title, estate planning checklist. I'm going to remove that. And share. So when I click share, I can also create template links, right? So maybe this is a brand template. No, that's not what I want. I'm going to do create a template. Brain. Okay, template link. Yeah. This public view link will just allow people to view it. So I guess this depends on how you want to share the document itself, right? So if you want them to just be able to view it and not be able to edit the document from there, you can create a public view link. So this is the link that you can share with the attorneys. And you can, if you choose to do it that way, I think it would be really cool to, you can create some kind of automations in here, or animations. So excuse me, you can do an animation so it looks cool when they see it. So I literally just selected all of this information and added in the rise animation. And I'm just going to do that to all of the pages, rise. You can just simply download this as not a video, but just download it as a PDF and then just save it to your marketing folder for you to be able to add as an attachment to your, let me see, marketing lead magnets, right? So my lead magnets here, I'm going to save it. And then, like I said, you can also do the, not download, see all, the public view link. So this is the link. If I click create on this and I copy this link, when you see somebody, they go to this page right here. Now this is only available if you have a premium Canva account, which I use it so much that I definitely recommend doing it. But they'll be able to just kind of click through and view it. I don't know if it, I forget if it gives them the option to download it from here, which I don't know that I would do it this way because the purpose is for them to kind of be able to print it and actually check it off, or they could kind of duplicate it somehow. But the template link, this way I would do if you were trying to share this with others to allow them to create duplicate it as well. So I'm going to do a create template link so then I can share it with you guys if you're interested and if you want the link. I'm not going to require you to give me your emails, but you absolutely can if you want to, if you want some more information. But you can copy it and then you can share that link with others. You can also do QR codes as well. So is it from here? Is it in here? I think the QR code. So you can create a QR code for, oh, it only allows you to do certain pages. So yeah, I would want it to do all the pages, but I guess you could create a URL. So I don't usually do QR codes this way. I just will do like a right click, and if you're on Google Chrome, you can create QR codes that way. You can do that for like your website or your Google review page. That's really helpful. What was I doing? So if I go to the QR code and then I can do, will it let you do custom? I want to see if it will do this one. Signatures, solutions, / estate planning, check. And I'll do it for the second page because the first page is just an intro and it doesn't say anything. So let's just do page 2. And let me make sure that's spelled right. Estate planning checklist. Okay, yep. And copy, generate QR code. So if you guys scan this code, it should take you, and it has that matching link on there as well too, which is cool. Oh, nope, it takes you to, so don't do it that way, I guess, because it'll take you straight to my website instead of, so I would need to create an actual page doing this, including this checklist as like a download. I do have it for the signing service list. I don't have it for this particular one, so that's something I would, you could absolutely go in and add a page to your website and have them download this. You could funnel people, say, hey, if you're planning estate or doing estate planning for your family and you're not sure what to include, here's my essential checklist for you guys to download. And if you need help with the notarizations, here's my information, right? So that would be a great way to funnel people to your services and your website. So we could do that as well. And then I mentioned creating the emails, right? So since we're doing estate planning, I'm going to do create a matching email marketing my estate planning my services for helping families notarize their estate planning documents. So it even gave a few different subject line options as well as preview text. Estate planning starts with proper notarization. That's a great header there. And then it's got all of my information in here. But the thing is too, I've also worked with ChatGPT a lot to get it to know the way I want my email structured, right? So in the beginning, I talked about creating an effective email. What you need to do is make sure you have those catchy headlines, those catchy subject lines, right? So protect what matters most, your family and your legacy. I think that would be a great way to get people to click because a lot of people are worried about that, especially your target audience that needs those documents notarized. Don't leave your loved ones unprotected. Who wants to do that, right? Secure your family's future. I don't really love that one. I think the other two are better. Make sure your estate planning documents are valid, secure, and legally recognized. Right? Why we don't want to go through this whole process and then the notary notarized it wrong. We need to make sure that it's done properly, right? And that's what we're offering for our clients. So this right here, I can create this email. So Canva has, there we go. So let's do email. So I usually, personally, I will design my emails inside of the platform that I use. So like when I was using MailChimp previously, hey Linda, welcome in. We're just talking about email marketing and creating uh, lead magnets and things like that to build our email list. We just created an estate planning checklist for marketing this particular services. Now we're going to get into how to actually create an email or design one. Like I said, you can market or create the email inside of the platform that you're using. Aside from Google, like if you're using Gmail, it doesn't really have an email design editor, but pretty much everywhere else, the platforms I mentioned, like Go High Level, Wix, GoDaddy, uh, HubSpot, MailChimp, all of those, they have some kind of designer editor that you can use. Or if you're just Google and Gmail, or Gmail and Canva are your two platforms, Canva has some great designs that you can use as well. And you can, if you're using any of those other ones, you can design in here and then just paste the design into the editor as well. So I'm going to choose something else to kind of match the one I already created. Um, hmm, there's so many choices. I'm overwhelmed again which one to do. Well, that's also why I will not use Canva sometimes because there's so many options and I just kind of have a um oh, I actually kind of like this one. I have a template or a way that I already kind of design it as well. So I know this says weekly newsletter, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to split my screen again. I actually have multiple monitors, so I will usually do this on one and then on the other, but so you guys can see everything, I am going to delete all of these images because they are not relevant. Oops. So right click and you click detach and then just delete. I'm just clicking the delete button after I remove it. So my header was estate planning starts with proper notarization. So I'm going to paste that into here and make this text much smaller. Not that small. The spacing is kind of off on this, but I'll work on that. Delete that. And then this is where I can add in my branding again. So my logo is essential for any email, anything that you're designing, any marketing stuff. You want to maintain that brand. So include it everywhere that you can. So seamless signature solutions. And I'm just going to kind of play around with the design. This is something that takes time, right? So I'm also going to include a photo of myself. I've got some images in here. Where's a good one? I don't know. So many to choose from. Let's do that. I don't know. Let's do the second one. Did not mean to put it in there. And I'm just going to adjust it. So maybe keep clicking too quickly. There we go. And include some notary or estate family kind of relevant photos. So let's see. So I'll go to elements. I could match the ones that I already used as well in here. So I don't know. I'm trying to decide what I want. Let's alternate it. Let's do notary and family. So I might just do all family. Who knows? Okay, so let's do notary. Oh, family sitting or people sitting there. That one. Diligent notary. I'm so angry. I got photos taken. I did branding photos and I forgot my notary stamp. So I don't have any branding photos with me with my notary stamp. So I just give me an excuse to take some more photos basically. I don't want to spend too much time on this because you guys kind of get the idea. You can, play around with this yourself as well, right? So in the body, I'm going to make sure I'm actually going to make this a little smaller because there's quite a bit of text here and I want to fit all of it in there. And I don't want to cut my head off. So let me adjust a little bit more. All right, so let's put this in here. So planning for the future isn't just about assets. It's about peace of mind for you and your family. Without proper notarization, your estate planning documents could be challenged or even deemed invalid. So this is even putting a little fear in the client's mind as well too, because this might be something that they did not consider, right? So they may not have considered the fact that, oh, wait, what if the notary did it wrong? Is that an issue that I'm going to have, right? So they're like, okay, this person is marketing to me. Maybe they're the person I should choose, right? So then we're going to include this in the smaller one. Might need to make this a little smaller too. And I don't like to get too close to the margins. And you don't want it so small they can't read it as well. So just going to play around with the sizing. At Seamless Signature Solutions, here's how we help. So we're going to bring this stuff down even more. And hold on, I'm going to move this button out of the way. Because here we go, we've got that call to action. So for this email, they wanted them to read more. So maybe you were prompting them to a blog post. This particular one, I want them to book me, right? So the call to action was to book your appointment now. I'm just going to say book now because the button is not that large. And honestly, I'm going to remove this because I'm going to add, when you go to do this inside of your email marketing platform, you're going to want a live button inside of there, not in this photo, because then they're not going to really be able to click it unless you make the photo linked to something, which is also something you could do, but not the button itself that was just kind of drawn in here. So I'm going to actually, so I'm going to remove this piece. I want this, and I'm going to include this in there. So schedule. Okay. So now that I've created this, I actually like the gold color, even though it's not the same exact color that I use for my business. And I've used a lot of like the neutral nude tones as well. So I'm not going to change it much from here. It is a lot on here now that I'm looking at it though. So without, maybe I make this a little small. So I don't want it to be so busy that they don't read it as well. At Seamless Signature Solution, we make the process simple. I'm going to kind of condense this because even though ChatGPT is great sometimes, you still want to read it. Hey, Callens, Mobile Nobody, we're going over email marketing, my dear. Protect. Here's how we can help. I'm going to remove the little descriptions because I feel like that will help make it less busy. And then I'm going to enter it in because honestly, I feel like those descriptions can be left up to an attorney or them to do their own research on. And I'm going to move extra bullets because we don't need check marks and bullet points. So then I feel like that looks much better. Let's change this because I feel like saying here's how we can help makes it seem like we're notarizing those kinds of documents. And I want to say we have experience notarizing those, right? So they know, hey, you have experience in this particular field or these particular documents. And then if there's something in here that, or something that they need notarized that you didn't list, they can question, call, and ask if they have any other questions, those kinds of things. So, and then let's move this up here. Schedule. And then let's do Seamless Signature Solutions.com. Noted Doc, welcome in. We are going over email marketing today. I'm just going to remove this line just because my website name is so long that I don't think it's going to fit. Right? So that's a nice design. So what I can do, I can just download it, PNG, PDF. Really the format I would do picture because those are going to be the easier ones to upload into your platforms most likely. So marketing, I don't want to name it that. So I didn't change the name. So estate planning, let's just do that. And that's there. So I personally use Go High Level. So I'm going to show you guys what I would do for that. Let me find open up another tab because 8 was just not enough. Let's do 9. And those are only the ones that I'm sharing, not all that I have open right now. So let's see here. If I go to my marketing section, emails, and then create this as a template, right? So this is something that you could edit and revise. So if I go in here, let me make this larger. So I'm going to, in my email marketing section, I'm in templates. I'm going to go and I'm going to create. So you can create from existing campaigns. You can do marketing templates. So they already have their own in here, kind of like I mentioned, as well as creating a blank template, which is what I'm going to do. Like I said, they have their design editor. They have, if you're just doing HTML, I personally don't ever use that, but I'm just going to do the plain one since I already designed it and then upload it into the platform. I do not usually do this way, so we're going to see from here. Let's add an image, and I'm going to upload this image that I just designed into my storage here. Double click, alt text, so estate planning email. And then, so this is what I was talking about, to how you can give it a link, right? So if I wanted to go somewhere, my goal is for them to schedule an appointment, right? So I'm going to give them the link to schedule that appointment. Excuse me. A lot of talking. Should be drinking some water, but. So I'm going to type in my scheduling link. Calendar. I always like to go make sure I typed it in properly. Yep. And you can edit how it's going to open for them. Do you want it in the same window? Do you want it in a new window? I probably do new window just because it will allow them to do that and still see my email. And then I'm going to resize it. Remove. Oops. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. I want to remove that. I'm going to try one more time. I should have did that first. Upload. Double click. Can you tell that I've typed this link quite a bit? And that's why I am. Why isn't it uploading the. Okay. Let's try one more time because it's not doing it for some reason. I just copied the link and I inserted it in there. Yep. It was not cooperating, so I want it to fit to the full length, right? So it's there. And then I can also include in my business information, so warmly, all of that, right? So make sure You may already have a signature kind of embedded into your, didn't copy this, copy one more time. You may already have a signature saved into your email marketing, so you don't have to do this manually, but just the way that I'm setting up right now, it does not. Let's make this, I want it kind of large enough for them to see, not that big. And then phone number. And that email is not right. It is. So you edit everything, solutions.com. Just edit the spacing a little bit. Honestly, I wish I had kind of done it in the Canva part, because I don't like how this looks separate from here, but this is just the start here. So I'm just gonna say estate planning template, and then I'm gonna say 1 because this is just the start, right? So any emailing that you're gonna do, you're gonna send multiple emails, right? Because just because they did not hire you the first time you emailed them, or they didn't respond, that just may mean they didn't see your email, they didn't open it, or maybe they just currently do not need your services. So don't get discouraged because the first time they didn't respond and you sent quite a few, right? It takes time, right? So marketing is like gardening, right? You have to plant that seed and you have to watch it grow, and eventually it will kind of have this snowball or growing effect like the plants, right? That your marketing is booming, your plants and your things are thriving, right? So we've got this on here. And then, so I saved the template, and then I always like to, best practice is to preview this, right? So it's kind of showing up funny. Yeah, I don't like how it's showing up, so I may have to do some kind of editing so that they can actually see it all the way. Yeah, on desktop it's not working. So, and you can also do test emails. So from seeing that, I'm like, okay, this is not how I want it to look. I'm definitely going to have to edit this email some more. It does take a long time. Teresa, I wasn't sure if you were still in here, but yeah, it does take a while to design. Now, what I could have absolutely just done instead of doing all of this designing and whatnot, sorry, let me back up. Saying test emails. Send this to yourself. Send this to yourself. So like send this to your personal email, send it to a friend, family, mom, dad, brother, sister, send it to them. Ask them maybe for feedback, or send it to yourself so you can look, see what it looks like. Are the links working? Right, so I put that link in there for it to take them to my scheduling page. So that link worked. When I clicked on the photo, at least that worked. It doesn't look how I want it to look, but it looks right on here, so that's frustrating that it doesn't. But what I could have done as well is just literally just done the blank template. I could do the plain text edit. There's so many different ways, right? So you just have to figure out like what works for you. Right, so I had, where is it, this one? All this information I can just copy and paste, right? So I can just kind of, I think this is just the plain text one, which I don't like to use. Hold on. I'm gonna make this larger. Okay. I'm gonna add, then I can add my logo in here. Brand board. My logo. Oh. logo. Center this, make it a little smaller. Or not center. There we go. Center. Center. I'm clicking align image to center. And then align. It's not cooperating. Yeah. Definitely don't like this particular way. Usually what I will do is I will do the design editor is a way. I think this one is the one I was looking for actually. Yeah. So it's a little bit more. There we go. What's the word? It's a lot easier to, I think, manipulate, I feel like. So you kind of have to play around and see what works for you. I'm going to remove that stuff again. Oh, and the bullet points won't go away. Oh, there we go. And just kind of play around with the spacing again, right? So I didn't like the way that worked. I'm going to keep going because I want it to look a specific way, and I want my clients to be able to read and understand what I'm doing and what I'm saying. So, and that's the thing with email marketing. It's very, you have to be very intentional. You have to make sure that they're going to be able to read it and understand. You don't want to just slap something in here and then the text is so tiny. Because think about it, estate planning, you might have older people that are reading these things and they can't read it. Why did you just spend an hour doing that, right? So let me add in my logo again. Where did I want to click out of here. So image, actually logo is what I want on the top. It automatically has my logo in here. I'm going to resize it. That was way too big. I'm going to put this on the bottom. And then I'm also going to add in, I like to add in my social media stuff for them to be able to click and follow as well. So they can see like, hey, this is a business that's actually active on social media. This is a person. They can see me. Book your appointment. I'm going to link. So the photo that I did is definitely something that you could easily copy and paste into Google as well. And I'm going to show you guys how to do a template on that too, since we have a few more minutes. I'm almost done with this. So I'm just going to copy. I already got this tab open. Copy, paste. Book your appointment. Right, so this, when I preview this link should pop up into something. And then I'm just going to add one more image. So add image. I don't want image in here. Trying to figure out how I want to break it up. Let's do it this way. I'm going to add the header there. And then I'm going to put an image to kind of break it up. I feel like that also helps the readability of things. So I'm going to, and I like this. You can use this to create, let's see, estate planning. These all kind of come out funny, but you can use the AI in here to like create photos. So you're not like using the same things over and over. I have had some pretty funny looking things come out in here. I don't know why it's just him. You can have it generate different, let's see. New content, estate planning, under family. Let's say family. And I have some photos stock photos that I just use as well too. So you can Google photos. They have their own on here as well. I don't know what's up with these like studio lights, but um just for sake of time, I'm just gonna use that one. I'll probably edit that later on, but let's resize it. Let's say 300. Yeah. So yeah, you guys kind of get the idea. And I didn't have to, I added this stuff back in here so it is a little bit more detailed from the Canva one. And I feel like it doesn't look as busy. You can also edit the background, so the color. So right now it's just white, but this is where I could use my like brand colors, if it would, not the border. I want to edit the background. Hold on. Where's the fill? With no content with the background. Here we go. This is the one I want to edit. So I can kind of play around with the colors that I want. I do not like that one. Yeah, I don't like that color. Oh gosh, no. Might have to do some color picking because I don't like it. Great. No, way too dark. Honestly, I feel like the white is fine. Nice, clean, straight into the point. I don't feel like it would make it too busy. Let's see. I wish I could find. Oh, it's in my Canva. Duh. Brand. Where's the color? I can just copy it from there. That color picker sometimes is hard to work with. No, I went on the whole thing. Trying to remove this extra thing and I'm hitting everything but okay. A little bit better. Still not in love with it, but I can continue to edit. Nimble Notary, we are doing some email marketing, but you guys get the idea, right? So this is the idea. So estate planning 1, so it's that template. So I can preview this. I can see that looks much better, right? I can see this is what it might look like if somebody is viewing it on their tablet, their mobile phone. When I click these links, it should also take me to the link that I put in there. If my computer will load, looks frozen. Yep, so it's actually taking me to my website, my calendar page. Okay, and then you could also put in personalized contact information, right? So if I did something like, hello, such and such, right? So if you've ever gotten those emails that say those kinds of things, they customize the text in there, and you can do that in your subject lines as well, right? So if I do hello, contact, I think it's dot first name. I think that's how it's done. So if I go preview, yeah. So you see, yeah, it is underscore first name. So this is what the example looks like. But if you do actually have the context information and their name and everything, you can, it will actually populate their name in there. So same thing if you like emailed it to yourself or mom and dad, whoever's contact information you might already have. And they're in your CRM. Like it can't just be like on your phone. Like you have their information saved onto Wix, Go High Level, Bluehost, wherever it is. You want to do it on there and then send it, and it should show up their information. Okay. Then you want to continue to create additional emails, right? So this is first one. Then you can show them additional additional follow-ups. So you show them, okay, we have more experience. We are offering promotions right now. You maybe you're giving away a free notarization or 50% off or something. You have additional packages. So maybe you're saying, okay, I'll do this estate planning for your family, and then, or actually, let me back up. You're doing, maybe do a loan signing for a family. They close on their house, they're a buyer package, and they're like, okay, well now you want to protect this home that you just purchased for your kids and your family. So let's do estate planning. Like if you need to do the wills, powers of attorney, you have those papers drafted up, I can notarize it for you, right? So that would be a great way to reactivate your previous or current clients, right? So say, hey, don't forget about this, or now I'm educating you and telling you this, and so I did this. I can also, so when I actually go to send this email, I can create a campaign, right? So I go to my campaigns. I'm going to create a new campaign. My templates, from my templates. Where did it just go? Recent. And I can attach that checklist that I just did and say, hey, if you're not sure what documents to complete, like see our attached checklist, right? So let's see here. Okay. Let's see something. I can add something like, we have created a checklist to ensure that your family is not missing any essential documents. Download the checklist to download the checklist. What do I want to say? Download the checklist to be sure now. Something like that. Or you get my point. So then I'm gonna bold this so then because I want them to see this. Maybe I might make the text a little bit bigger as well. Okay, and then this is just the idea. I might edit this a little bit later as well, but now I can schedule it and I can attach this file to it, right? So I click attach that document that I just created, that checklist, save. So once I actually send this email off, it's got the checklist with it. And then the people that I've segmented inside of my email list, that's a whole other thing. So anybody that I've maybe deemed might be a potential estate attorney that I've researched that I would like to work with, or like I said, those people that I've done buyer side signings for, or somebody that just sold their home and they're purchasing a new one, or maybe they own businesses, or whatever the case may be. I can continue to market to them and send that information to them. So I have particular tags on them. So like in here, I have estate. Oh, I don't think I have them on a list. I have them tagged. Right, so from that tag, so I can say estate. Have an estate? Or maybe I just have them tagged as attorney. Yep, so I can send it to all those attorneys. I don't know why it says only 2. I have, maybe I'm in the wrong account, but I've got quite a few attorneys that I have tagged. I'm gonna have to edit that after this, but and you can just send it to, let's see, I think I know my newsletter one has Yeah, that would be a lot. But let everybody know we do estate planning notarizations. So, and then you can track, you can see how many people are opening it. And then if they don't open it, I have them in the next, I don't know, let's say 72 hours. If they don't open it in 72 hours, because today is Sunday, I don't expect them to open it in the next 12 hours. Give them some time. I'm going to give it another subject line that might also be catchy because it did give me some options, right? Let's see. So I'll give it this. Hold on, I'm trying to split my screen. So I can say secure your family's document. No, I didn't like that one. Don't leave your loved ones unprotected. So that can be my original one. And then it already gave me the preview text. But then if they don't open it, protect can be my other one, right? And then I can schedule this to go out maybe Monday morning or something like that. Right, Monday at 10 a.m. is great. Most people are probably at work and whatnot. And I've got an email going, and then I can just schedule some more, create some more for next week, and go from there. Excuse me. Excuse me. Do you guys have any questions? I know I gave a lot of information. Do you guys have any questions? Guys feel a little bit more comfortable about email marketing? Were you guys able to create your own designs as well? I know there's a little bit of a delay as well. It's actually a large delay from when I'm saying something to when you guys are seeing it. Any questions? Any questions? That is pretty much all that I had for today. We did cover a lot of information. We went over email marketing in particular. Why would we use that? We also went over creating lead magnets and opt-in form for our websites, as well as creating some actual email designs for our website. Is it recorded? It is recorded. Yep. The platform I'm using automatically records this for me, which I love. And I want to get some more snippets out so I can post it. You're already tasking me. Yes, I love it, Serena. I love this. Yes. She said she's already asking ChatGPT for some marketing prompts that you can use. Yes, exactly. That's what you need to do. Yeah, so for you guys, I've already got your email, Teresa, but I can definitely share this with you. We've done some email marketing. I've shown you personally how to do it, my dear. I don't think we got into lead magnets specifically, though. I know we didn't do that piece. But then, and if you guys also, I can share the template that I did too for the lead magnet as well. I can share that with you guys. After too, if you're interested, just let me know for sure. Yes, yes. But yeah, that was it for me. I know we were scheduled until 6, but if you are not already currently part of my mentorship, I definitely continue to talk about this. We meet every Saturday. We go over things like this, like email marketing. We go over social media marketing. We go over Google business page, all those kinds of things. If you want to know more, definitely reach out to me and I will share more information with you. But I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. I hope that you guys are able to continue to build the notary business that you deserve and you feel more clarity about email marketing moving forward. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend, okay? Alrighty. I'm going to give a second for any last questions. All right. Bye, guys.
I want to say thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this session helps you feel more confident and clear about the next steps in your notary journey. If you want to continue learning with me, make sure that you check out the mentorship program where we go even deeper into marketing, automation, RON, SEO, Google Business Page, all of the things notary, and to help you scale your business. You can access the replays via your inbox. You will get an email shortly today to be able to access everything. And as always, if you have any questions, I'm just a message away. I am here to support you guys. And until next time, I want you guys to stay consistent, stay confident, and continue building the notary business you deserve.